Today, on the Justice Court, the plaintiff, Olufemi Jegede, is suing his former tenant for the sum of 132,703 naira being unpaid electricity bill.
All rise. Court in session. Honorable Judge Fumi Asaolu presiding. Please be seated. Your Honor, this case is between Olufemi Jegede and Liu Uzoma. Parties sworn on oath.
Thank you, Akin.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
Hello, plaintiff.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Olufemi Jegede.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me why you are in court?
Yeah, I'm the landlord to Mr. Leo Uzoma, and I have a complaint against him. He has been my tenant for like 19, 20 years now, but I noticed some inconsistency in his payment around 7 years ago now. So I decided to evict him ever since then, but...
Wait, the inconsistency started when?
Sorry, ma'am?
The inconsistency commenced when?
Since about 7 years ago.
Okay.
About 7 years ago.
And when did you decide to evict him?
Actually, 3 years ago, I wanted to, but he appealed to me and just gave him some another chance. But when I noticed that this is coming up gradually, I said, no, enough is enough. So what you're going to do, leave this place. The outstanding bill, I'm going to leave it for you, which is he accumulated to like $750,000 naira. So along the line, on this condition, when you're leaving my apartment, you must pay your outstanding bill, which is
bill?
Electricity bill.
Okay.
He accumulated around 130-something thousand naira on electricity bill.
How much exactly?
134,000, approximately 134,000.
Because that's not the figure I have. You use your hand to write a figure here, and it's not the same on your claim. And that has to...
Yeah, I have...
so it's not assumption, you have to give me a specific figure. Because that's a specific amount.
But I have it on
talking
my phone,
about.
Is it possible?
Let me have the
Okay.
correct number. You can't give me... Let me have the correct amount.
Okay. Sorry for taking your time, man. The network is frustrating.
Go ahead. You come back to that.
Okay. So, and...
You know why? You see, when you have a claim in court,
Yes, ma'am.
you don't come to court and say somebody is owing me about.
Okay.
Somebody has been my tenant for about.
Okay.
You have to be specific.
Okay.
When you are talking about figure, you are making a claim of a specific sum.
Okay.
That sum ought to be stated. And when you state the form, you can't write a particular sum and narrate another sum there. That will probably give the impression that you don't even know the actual sum involved. You understand?
Yeah, I do.
So that's why I said, narrate your story. Let him respond. Then I'll still give you time to check
The phone. Okay.
your record.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
For the detail you have here.
I will do that after the... So, and after that, I told him, you cannot stay here any longer. That is last year, October, which he vacated my apartment. Then I called him after that, Mr. Leo, the outstanding bills on your NEPA bill, I've let go of the arrears. Then how are you? I'm not going to transfer any outstanding to any incoming tenant. They said, don't worry, no sweat, no, you just make that Then I called him later on, still the same thing. I said, no, I'm not going to take it anymore because I have to go to the proper channel and invite him to court. So that's the reason why I brought him to the court here, so that the bill can be, everything can be settled.
Okay. So, what do you have to say to this, Leo?
Good morning. I know this man very well. So, Femi Jegede. He's a nice man. I must acknowledge that before this honorable court. And if he wasn't that nice to me, I wouldn't have, in fact, stayed in his property for that long. I've always been a very successful man, he knows. And I'm happy he said some 3 years back, my payment started fluttering. And I believe, yeah, and he knows the reason. If I'm allowed, I can explain it the way it is. I joined his property as a top career man.
You became his tenant to me.
I became his tenant as a top career man. I was doing great. At some point, I was operating in the north because what I was doing then was I used to keep my family in one place because of my children's school and all of that while I go wherever I'm transferred to or whatever. At some point, I was in Abuja and all of that. So when I was brought to Lagos, I said, okay, fine. I got his apartment and many other apartments. I got into his property in 2020, what do you call that? 2000. But be that the case, I started having some issues. What happened was that I resigned from Dangote Group and got into politics. You know, the murky waters of politics. I had issues. My businesses were messed up. I brought that to his knowledge. I was flipped. A lot of boys I brought into I was into electronics business. Up to now, that's what I'm still patching here and there. So I had those financial challenges. And we started talking. He said, okay, fine. Leo, you might leave my apartment. I said, okay, fine, Jegede, you know what we do? I usually call him Femo. Because we stay out, we go out, we do everything together. We hardly even know that he's my landlord, and you hardly know I'm his tenant. And that's the truth. We became more friends, the wife, my wife, we were all friends, even the children. You know, suddenly late last year, or early last year, he told me that we leave. I said, okay, fine, you know what I'm passing through. It's not easy. You don't just go look for an apartment.
As at the time he asked you to leave,
yes.
How much rent were you owing?
His rent? I wasn't really owing him, but he said I should not go with the last amount of rent, which was about 500,000.
Did you pay that?
No, he said I should go with it.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I didn't pay him.
Okay, go ahead.
So but I pleaded with him to just allow me a few months so that I'll be able to gather myself that at that point, my father-in-law died and a couple of other challenges. I told him he agreed with us. I met him with my wife. We discussed. So last year, we had to evacuate. We just didn't move. And that was in October last year that we left his apartment in his own permission. He was away. So we discussed the light issue. I told him, yes, it's my duty. I'm going to pay, but you can see what I'm passing through. I'm trying to get my head over the roof, and I want to settle my family. Then I will look at that. Now, January, he called me. I told him I have not barely settled down. Can you give me some time? If I settle down, I'll come and pick that bill, and I will pay. Even if I don't pay once on welfare, I'll gradually sort it out. But up to now, feeding and in fact, I told him, look, you're a man like me. I know what I'm passing through. We agreed. Even my wife personally pleaded with him that he should not worry about this 100 or whatever. That we must definitely, and we all agreed. Surprisingly, I saw one message one that I was invited. I came to your former office there around Okwebi Axis. I was told that he invited. I said, waiting. What's happening? Is that correct? They said, yes. I said, okay, no problem. I was advised, I made my statement. They said, okay, you should be invited sometime February 2022. I said, once I'm invited, I will come. And nobody's denying the issue.
The plaintiff, Olufemi Jegede, was magnanimous to write off the sum of 750,000 naira overdue rent and allowed the defendant to move out of the apartment with a promise to pay up the accumulated electricity bill. For over 4 months, the defendant, Leo Uzoma, has not paid a dime. Judge Fumi wades into this matter.
So how much are you owing him right now?
I'm not sure with the right amount, but I know it's within that neighborhood.
Okay,
No.
because what I have here is 132,703 naira.
No, I'll confirm that.
Your Honor, I called Keja Electricity specifically to get this itemized bill from them so that I can be more accurate with exact amount that is owing on the electricity bill. And I called him. I'm not going to transfer this bill to any incoming tenant. Somebody has already in their apartment right now. They're giving me, I'm paying the guy because anytime the guy charged, they deducted 60% out of the payment. So I'm the one giving the guy additional money over there. Yesterday, because he was telling me that, why is my meter running like that? I told him exactly, somebody already accumulated bill on that meter, which I've already charged him to Kobe. Meanwhile, this was, I'm talking about day before yesterday, when we discussed about this issue. So I have to give him some of that money. Pending the time, everything is going to be resolved. The reason why I just brought him to God is that it doesn't yield to my own, to my
Your demand for the money.
So that's why I said, you have to.
So, Leo,
Yeah.
I think right now, in his own statement, as at the time you left the house, you said you were in arrears of 750,000 naira, which he let go of, so that it would be easier for you to pick up after evicting his premises. This, I'm narrating, my narration is coming from the claim that you both have before the courts. But as he just said now, his claim is for the accumulated electricity bill by you in the premises, which you have agreed to. Is that so?
Yes, but I need to confirm that amount there.
I'll read it to you. Your statement. I moved out of the house on the 26th September 2011 and received invitation from the Justice Court about outstanding NEPA bill to the sum of 132,000 naira. So the difference we're talking about now is just 703 naira.
700.
3 naira. You are saying 132. He's saying 132, 703 naira. Do you understand?
I do.
So, also applied for prepaid meter
Yes, we did.
to the sum of about 52,000 naira, because you didn't mention that now.
No, yeah, I didn't. I've not gotten to that point, have we?
You just narrated. I gave you opportunities to, you rounded up. He started. Just because you have it here, this is why I'm bringing it up.
No.
Otherwise, based on the two of you narration, I could have gone ahead and give my ruling.
Comfort, luxury, style, class, tranquility, and nature. The ideal home for today's game changers has all these and more. Looking for more? Then look no further than Master's Villa. An ultra-modern luxury estate nestled in the very heart of the Lekki Peninsula. The avant-garde architectural styles of our homes and villas reflects the lifestyle that is both exclusive and intuitive. So, are you looking for more? Then look no further than Posino Homes and Gardens. Call us today on these numbers. Casino Homes and Gardens, your choice today.
I applied for prepaid meter to the sum of 52,000 naira, and it wasn't deducted from the 132,000. Meaning you agreed is 132,000 naira.
Yes.
But your claim is on the prepaid meter. So what's the story around this prepaid meter?
No,
because neither of you have
okay,
addressed
let me say something here.
Can you talk out?
Let him talk. No,
Yes.
let him talk. He's the one that brought it up.
He called us on a meeting then when I was in his property, and all of us, the tenants, and he said he has made a provision for a prepaid meter, and it was going to cost us 50,000 naira each.
50,000
naira each, which we all contributed. We gave him.
All contributed the 50,000.
Each tenant situated then. I don't know how many people.
Each tenant came up
individually,
with 50.
50,000. Yes.
Okay.
We paid to him. He brought those meters. Later, he called us up again and said that we were going to pay extra 9,000 for the installation, which we all paid. So what I'm saying is that whatever is the amount I'm owing, I think that because the meter is still with him,
The
it's in his
prepaid
property.
meter, in whose name is
Man.
it?
His name.
In your name.
Yes.
Man, can you just...
Let him round up. You still have
And you can't move it out.
Yeah.
Because it's already there. You know, it's as a way is, how do I put it now? It's fashioned to be there, you know. So I guess the tenant is talking about right now is using that same prepaid meter. So and I guess it should be deducted from the whatever amount I'm owing him.
Can I come in, man? When I introduced this prepaid meter to all of them, I told them from their rent, I'm going to deduct they're going to deduct it. That 50 some
The money for the prepaid meter.
Yes, ma'am. So
the meter came out in their name.
No, it came out in my own name because I'm the sole owner of the that's how it's supposed to be. Okay. So every tenant, when they want to pay their rent, and by the way, he's not the one that made this payment. There is a guy, Sonny, he's the one that made this payment. He deducted 2 payments from his rent. From his rent, he's not the one that made this payment. The payment that he was talking about.
Somebody else paid for his own apartment.
Yes. And after when their tenants...
Wait, take it one by one. A co-tenant paid for your prepaid
Look at what
meter.
played out. Because of my financial point.
At that point in time.
That point in time. Because he made it obvious to us that if he brings these prepaid meters,
okay,
all of us are not connected, he will disconnect us even from the regular estimation the NEPA is giving us. Okay. So I ran to Sonny. I said, see, can you help me out? So that, because he gave us a timeline that he has already made his arrangement and he's supposed to pay the total amount to so person that will arrange and bring the meters. Had nothing to do with him to approach Sonny. If you put Sonny online here, he will tell you.
It's only Sonny that can claim that.
I mean.
Sonny paid, not you. He paid for his own apartment and paid for your own.
And he dug the money.
He assisted you at that point in time. Is that not what you...
I met him for that assistance.
Yes, you met him for that assistance. Okay.
And he did.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So stop interrupting me.
Okay.
And let it be the last time.
Okay.
So, right now, if there's anybody to make demand for that money, it's Sonny, not you. Do you understand?
No issues.
Because the evidence of payment will be in Sonny's name. Is that not so? I'm talking to you. Is that not so?
I agree.
All right, then.
Let it be.
Okay, so what do you have to say?
Yeah, what I was even saying, man, is that all this money that every individual pay concerning that meter, when they wanted to pay their rent, they deducted the money from their rent, every individual. So I'm not owing anybody. So the meter is my meter. And
I was going to come down to that.
Okay.
That if they actually paid for the meter.
Yes, ma'am.
And the meter is not in their name.
Sorry, ma'am?
And the meter is not in their name.
Okay.
And they don't have the right to remove the meter from the house when they are living. Then you don't have the right to take the money from them. But if what you are saying is that they make that advance payments and eventually deducted it from their rent.
From their rent.
Is that correct? Is that right?
That was what he told us then, yeah.
You don't know how much you paid for rent. Anyway, you
I
were
said
not even
59.
paying. When you were not even paying, for you, It's even difficult for you to make that claim because whether it's 500 or 750,000 naira, he has written off for you as areas of rent that you were owing him.
No, I didn't do it under duress. He willfully did
Nobody's
it.
saying
Let me
under
say what
duress.
played out. See, Your Honor, he called me, we had a meeting. That's why when I started, I said I appreciate him. He called me and said, okay, fine, you can go with all of this. No strings attached. But I want you to leave my property. I knew the stress I passed to be able to meet his timeline.
Meet what?
His timeline to be able to leave his property.
The reason why you are here is over the electricity bill, the accumulated electricity bill. So all I need to ask you is, how do you intend to pay?
I would definitely want to pay it. And
It's not whether you want to. By law, you must pay. How do you intend to pay? This has nothing to do with him.
can I have some kind of time?
How long?
Maybe in the next 3 months. Because already I'm committed. Even where I managed to
You are
get.
asking for 3 months.
Just for me to see if I can sort another issue, that is, I had already committed myself. Then I can extend from the 3 months, I may be offsetting the bill.
Maybe.
10,000 monthly.
So his matter is not priority to you right now. It's not a priority right
Which
now.
one is that?
His own. You want to
No,
pay.
it's a
You want to pay
priority.
him off within the next 3 months.
It's a priority.
So from March ending, is that when you want to start, or from this month ending?
I said 3 months from now on.
When do you want to start?
Is it about the 3 months or after 3 months? Because I mean, we're going March, April, May.
You want to start in May, or you want to pay everything off in May?
No, I won't be able to.
So how much do you want to start in May? I've not asked for his consent. I just want to have it out.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. Maybe I'll start paying like 10,000.
It's not a matter of maybe. You have to commit yourself.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Look at me. Stop being funny with me. I told you, there's a way around it. Because everything seems to be like a joke to you. So if you like, reset your brain. If you like, keep on with the attitude you're having. And we see who will be the loser. So how much do you want to start paying from 3 months' time?
10,000 monthly.
Is that acceptable to you?
I think you can do better than that, in the sense that since I've been talking about this issue, it has been, even though from the day one, since this bill has been coming to my apartment, I've been telling every individual, I distributed the bill to every individual, make your payment, make your payment. That was when we're still using analog or whatever something. Pay your bill, pay your bill. Instead of paying the whole full bill, you will pay like, let's say, 10% of the bill. That's why the bill keep accumulating. And now, I think he left my house almost 6 months ago now. He hasn't made any attempt at all. So I don't think that 10,000 is even okay for me, man.
You just heard him.
I didn't leave 6 months back. I left October. We were still in
October.
Not 6 months back.
October, November, December, January, February.
Your Honor, can he say what that was what I asked him initially.
How much do you want?
What does he want? I've said what I can afford to squeeze myself out of.
Split it to four times. No, that would be acceptable by me. Like, let's say 30-30. You know, that would be more, 30-30. You gotta have somebody living in that apartment. I'm the one, I have my own responsibility to.
34 times is 120.
120. Yeah, maybe 35. So
no. If you are saying 30, I won't be the one to complicate the issue. If you are looking at 30, then you have to be looking at 5 months.
5 months, okay.
Not 4 months.
That's 5, okay.
You have to be looking at 5 months.
Mr. Femi.
I'm listening.
Let's face this reality. I understand what our Honor has just submitted, but I beg you in the name of God, accept the 10,000, please. I know why I'm saying so. Please.
Anyway, Your Honor, I accept it.
You accept it. You would have achieved this like 10, 15 minutes ago. You see, let me tell you the point you missed. If you have somebody that can write up the sum of 750,000 naira for you, it must be your approach for him not to have written up the 132,000. Probably for the past 4 months when you left that place, you did not make any attempt to make payments or to explain why you are not able to pay. Did he? Jegede?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he reach out to you?
No, not at all.
It's the approach. It's the manner of approach. And that's exactly that. What will just turn out, you can see it now. Is somebody you could have approached long time ago. You didn't have to wait for things to degenerate to the point that you bring yourself to court. You didn't have any arguments when you moved out of the premises. So when do you want to start? Did you say March ending or April ending? When did you agree on?
April ending. No, it's not April. 3 months from now. March, April, May. May ending precisely.
It's okay.
That's what he said from the onset. He said 3 months from now.
Okay.
So now, I want to explain certain things to you. When it comes to tenancy issue, and you have a tenant that is not paying electricity bill, usually at the point when the tenant takes up tenancy, an agreement is given between you. There's always an agreement drawn by a landlord, drawn by the landlord and given to the tenant, signed by the two parties. Most cases, there's a covenant there that says once a tenant defaults in any of the covenants, and this is usually one of them, at times it just terminates the tenancy.
Yes.
So at that point in time, you could have approached him and make him to understand the implication of non-payment of electricity bill. It probably would not have accumulated to this much. Maybe would have taken it more serious by making some, it could be 2,000, 3,000. Do you understand what I'm trying?
I do.
The same way he's trying to struggle to pay you off now. He probably would have struggled to pay off in order to retain his tenancy in the house or something. It's between you. But I'm just advising you that next time, don't allow such money to accumulate that much before you start making demand. Not just making demand, and make them understand the implication of such, non-payment of such.
Judge Funmi helps both parties to reach amicable settlement. After the break, Judge Funmi rules.
So here's my judgment. Judgment for the plaintiff for the sum of 132,000 naira. The defendant is to start paying the plaintiff the sum of 10,000 naira from May 2022, by last day of May 2022, and on monthly basis until the total sum of 132,000 is fully paid. Judgment for the plaintiff.
All rise.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have you been cheated or have a dispute and want justice? Don't take laws into your hands. Log on to www.thejusticecourt.com and submit your case.